Now the hit comes through, so feels like this has to be a retake at this stage. And there's no kit, but there's going to be 4 players pushing in the back lines. And they might catch some of these players before they even get into the bomb site. Flamus draws first blood. Charleston, it's on to him to delay.
Oh, and he can't. I love that. Immediate split out of BetBoom team to go into the water and then up the stairs. And I don't think they realize how many players are actually walking behind them right now. It's Boomich in camera and PR can't handle him. So suddenly you've lost every gunfight. If you're... No one is here currently for BetBoom team. We've got this double layering in towards A. You've got Zorta that can rotate quite quickly, but that's exactly what this smoke is designed to do. Is he going to spam? He probably might after Boomich sees the contact, but, well, he's going to see a whole lot of nothing. He's full blinded, but Siren steps in. Boomich eventually falls, and Hypex will find a necessary trade, but in goes Zorta. Quick rotate over towards CT. Bomb down. That's a nice one, but Rez is hoping for even more. The round victory. He can get rid of Flamus. He puts it into an even stead-in, but he swings together.
It's not enough to really give you much to work with. To this round, they have managed to get out 3 AKs, so they can still keep this fight going, and that's one way to do it. Rez with the opener.
Yeah, what's happened here in the first couple of rounds is the calls out of Snacks have been correct. They just haven't been able to handle the individual level instant boost for Rez. I like the idea of this. As Magno spams Rez, he doesn't have to jump into this mid window. They're actually just looking at it for info. Magno's hoping to scavenge a little bit of utility off of Flamus's corpse. Can't see anything. GamerLegion slow down. They're wasting a lot of utility here out of the CTs. This feels really nice because you've seen, what, 2 smokes, another molly. You just want to go into B. It makes sense.
Magno just loses his head. Rez opens up the bomb site.
It's immediate. Zorta is now worried about middle because no one's there. BetBoom team believe in mid are open an awful lot. And that is a trend that is pretty consistent with CT teams, just sort of in the mid to early to mid rounds. They will just leave middle open. Magno through the smoke just gets rid of Rez though, and he was the guy that got that double opener. Molly brilliant, but Zorta extinguishes. Magno is still fighting forward in amongst all of the smokes. His nade doesn't do much damage, but Flamus comes over. Necessary trade, and now suddenly Magno will burn alive. With Boomich taking contact towards CT, they've got no clue about Zorta. Hypex needs to run away, and he'll manage that. So thankfully the trap of Zorta isn't sprung.
Yeah, the bait's good, but unfortunately, not taken. Hypex going to scramble. And down.
Here for the CTs. GamerLegion agent immediately resetting back to the style of Counter-Strike that worked for them through the connector. Through the canals. Oh, Towson's 1 HP. This nade, is it going to kill him? It will. Magno breaks open the smoke, sees a second, but Rez is already on the site. Overwhelmed Magno, and now GamerLegion can plant again.
Hit the headshot there. That's kind of crazy. That did not look like he was anywhere near finding Rez. A nade. It's a bit of damage. They do have this flank. Keep your eyes on Boomich. He's pushing all the way out through B main. Although he's announced himself, Zorta will find a kill. This should be Hypex though, getting Flamus. Smoke lands in Boomich's face, makes it really tricky, but the spam is pristine. And now it's a player advantage. Rez still so low. Hypex is onto him. Good first shot with the AWP, and a second too. He's doing it all.
And the quick shots are sublime. I'll even find Flamus yet again. And it's a really good call for Snacks to go back into the play that worked immediately, but they did it on a different tempo shift. Rather than bleeding out the utility this time for BetBoom team, they race in, they catch Magno completely unawares. And that was a common criticism of Snacks. It was calling the same round over and over again during his tenure in G2. But here on this GamerLegion team, he's added, I think, variety in the tempo switches of the play. So yeah, it might be another B split. It's done slightly faster, and it completely catches BetBoom off.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb site. At the moment, BetBoom have been leaving basically with a solid defender most of the time. Oh, nice shot coming out from Boomich. Punish is quick though. We're extending a little bit after getting that first.
I'm not ready for the second player here. Flamus in the window. Oh, doesn't reveal himself. Just pokes out, sees if he can get rid of Rez. There might be another opportunity. Oh. They're right underneath each other.
He just missed it. And now Rez is on the close angle.
Yeah, the good news, though, is Zorse will clear this because Flamus doesn't actually have this direct info. And he's actually on a good line. And I like that Magno is, oh no, going searching. Never mind. Communication not quite there. And Rez will remove both. Skewers, both Zorse and Magno and Flamus. I guess his info wasn't completely accurate.
At least he will remove Rez. The damage is done. Bomb's actually going through middle anyway. So they can just go towards A. Siren can maybe get here at a reasonable timing, but not before the bomb goes down. Flamus gets caught. Now Siren is towards CT. Should be anticipated. Nice from Snacks just to call that bomb to move through middle after Flamus drops down.
Siren tell and they say, okay, well, we're expecting you to over-rotate because we got that double entry from Rez in Dark. So we can just go A. And then something that makes you a little bit more unpredictable as well, if you're GamerLegion. It's nice to pull it out in a round like that, where you've already got the player advantage, but you're just saying to BetBoom team, look, we're going to keep you guessing. It isn't always just going to be this, we get the entries on this one bomb site, we're then going to commit into it. Just sort of always building up that unpredictability. This is now a lot of rounds in a row. Very nice. They just group together. They find one opener in towards mid, but it's safety in numbers for GamerLegion. It's a 5th round on the board.
Yeah, I think you got to expect if you're GamerLegion that Anubis was going to come in here as well. So even though they, have such limited runs on it, they're expecting BetBoom team to pick into this. They would have been making the game plan for it. This isn't a surprise pocket pick, even if it does seem like a bit of an unusual one in the veto.
That's a really good point. It's like, if you have banned Dust 2 because you've not been good on Dust 2, you have to expect that they will try and punish you. Well, what's their natural punish? It's going to be this Anubis pick, so you can prep for it pretty effectively.
Right, friend? Yeah, you don't want to hang around here. There are a lot of players in towards that canal. So you'll fall back. The mid-utility, but that's not the intent. It's going to be this flashbang. Nice angle adopted by Flamus, but can't connect the shots. Rez, head removal service. And now Magno Jazz feeling the pressure. All of these T's begin to push forward to him, and he sees one jumping. That one's easy enough. Boomage comes through, removes Rez. Hypex steps in, but now Siren's arrived with support on its way. Leaves now Hypex and PR in the 2-on-3, but we've already seen what Hypex can deliver in these moments. Thinking about swapping to the rifle. Instead, a flashbang over. Making sure that no one's progressing through the canals. Gonna find it. It is empty, so they can focus back. Hypex misses the mark. Goes back in. That one's quick. Barely saw him, but enough to take his life. And now he's holding for this swing out from each side. That one's easy. Boomage, back turned, walks into the scope. Zorse finally gets that opener he's been looking for. Wasn't happy not being able to get involved last round. Oh, PR almost walked on Siren. He might still.
Oh, such good timing.
Oh, this is crazy. Just in hot pursuit, all these backs turned, and the flash announces it's coming, but he still finds the shot. Gets up behind the cake, and okay. Towson helps him out for one, but PR blinded on what felt like both of those kills. But perfect crosshair placement to get it done. And despite the opener, BetBoom team are left with nothing that they can work with. Magno Jazz might just walk into Hypex. It feels all too easy for GamerLegion. Stock position has been Rez's free territory, it feels. Flamus, careful now. Yeah, okay. Actually manages to pre-aim and spam out Rez. Goes for that kill. Flamus staying alive. Even wants that little AK. What a treat for him. Oh my god.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, PR's low. Should be an easy enough kill, and he looks away. Yeah, beautiful from Flamus. Not so free this round.
Talk about taking matters into your own hands. I love that repush out of Flamus. That's the last thing you're going to be expecting if you're PR. Seems like GamerLegion are really trying to force a fight there with Rez. Flamus stands tall. But they've moved off of B. GamerLegion are now just going to walk into the space. If they smoke off Magno, who's now wielding a secondary sniper, this is a free bomb site.
For now, there is this double push coming through middle, so a fast flank on the horizon. Magno getting one. That already feels like he's done enough here with this flank coming. Retail just to be a nuisance. And the tag, too, onto Talcin, who actually gets off the bomb. Starts to sweat off it. Now their flank comes through, and it's... Legion going to double the round counts. That way, make it a bit more tricky to come back. Great flash. Yeah. Oh, hello. Oh, no. Pulls the molly out, but he'll come back. Has the time for it, and then a great follow-up, expecting that swing out. What could have been a disaster for a moment there. Luckily for him, Siren still recovering from that Hypex flashbang. Now Boomage wants a slice of the pie. And he will find it. Tasty treat onto PR. Flamus is going to have to contend with 3 players. As I say that, they start to back off. Still a lot of time for GamerLegion to work the map.
Oh. And Flamus has got a really good opportunity to get rid of Hypex. Magno's been here the entire time. Has to be cleared out by Snacks and Rez, and well, Snacks will do that brilliantly. Full diligence in towards middle. That's been mostly unexplored territory. Boomage full blind, and then they line up for Flamus. How have they turned this round back on its head? It's just Hypex left, and he was originally dinked. And the molly doesn't fully spread to Boomage, but he'll still move out the way anyway. That's the opportunity. That's the window. And Flamus has now smoked the bomb. So this gets really tricky, but Hypex is being so loud. Flamus surely is just going to walk through and punish.
This will go a long way, and, well, different approach from BetBoom team. They go in towards B very quickly, straight into Snacks. Boomage will bite back 2, though, and that's the side taken, bomb planted, and a 3-on-4 retake.
Yeah, really difficult now for GamerLegion, because they're all split up, but at least there's 2 into CT. PR. It's a sharp shot from right behind Hypex's shoulder. And Rez is moving in. There's no kit unless there's one dropped onto the site. Now they start to try and make their move. Contact being taken. That should get Rez in, but Siren just spins on a swivel. We'll get rid of him instantly. Really true, but the fact that Siren's up there, I think, is more impressive. The fact you can rely on every single piece of component. This BetBoom team. Magno, just gets dinked instantaneously, but so too does Rez. Rez somehow has 1 more HP, but Snacks wants to go searching to find the kill, and Zorte punishes.
It goes on a little stroll, and Zorte is just holding for it, so that one's easy enough. Maybe that play was low, and there was a chance for the pistol. Still a chance. Magno should be caught, but Boomage, okay. The 5-7 gets 3. But maybe it's not enough. Siren steps through a double of his own, and was PR spotted then? I don't know if he was. Okay, now he's made the noise. The Siren turns back around and catches him out. Rez on 5 HP. He's just going to tuck in and fly.
With a couple of deeks. And if this goes wrong for GamerLegion, which I anticipate it potentially will, BetBoom team are going to take the lead. Oh, nice.
Great shot. Zorta's just trying to tease out a little peek, maybe some util. It's get a little scary for BetBoom team. Even though there's not a lot of a threat in this round. Yeah, okay, Boomage wants to progress forward. PR. And connect the shot here to make the difference. He's looking for it. There's chances. And Boomage now running them down, and there we go. That's the headshot he was looking for. Anything else to be offered up? No. But now Towson can step in. Hypex as well with the MAC-10. They're whittling away at them. Double smokes, a panic. A rotation through CT. The damage done on a couple of these players, and now the push from Snacks. Amidst all this confusion, there's a chance here. Boomage will spam one out. Looks like they're anticipating this swing. Boomage again. Impact fragging. As he looks to maybe find his quad kill. Can't quite. Stacks it. Young contested. Snacks. There's a few bullets through the smoke and then a headshot. Slaughter. Timing is crazy. Good damage actually from Snacks. Oh, Magno's got 2 players potentially. Saw the gun barrel surely of Rez, but over peaks. Rez steps forward. The trade comes in.
Here for GamerLegion. They've read this spot on.
It's remarkable. Still,
Molly.
player advantage might be the difference. PR baited in. Utility almost leads in 1 HP. Surely he's done for. Can he offer up anything? Maybe a distraction. His teammates stepping in. Flamus, this round's got to be on him, and Hypex takes him down. PR just hiding
Exactly
behind.
what he does. 1 HP, and he just lives. He's always that threat. They never know when he's going to swing. And that's going to be enough. Molly now is Hypex. This time the A fight for BetBoom team goes a lot better, and they're in.
And Rez is burning. Flash surely run down. There it is. And Boomage, okay, he'll step out. PR ready for that play. And Tarson removing Farmers into the 3-on-3. PR looking for another. Can't quite flick down to the head of Siren. Sorte will remove one of these players progressing out camera. Still have Snacks on this prowl. Magna just isn't watching. Oh, Snacks' timing. This could be everything. MP9 at long range gets one. Magno just swings so immediately, and PR left into the 1-on-2. Siren's just being a nuisance.
To searching and securing. That one's easy.
Still a stacked bomb site. So there is a bit of a threat here, if they're not thorough. Fine, Zord has picked another, and now Boomage spots out Snacks playing behind the pillar. He'll be able to run him down. I think just the patience on the approach has paid off. Almost does get caught. Boomage surely has PR. There it is. And Rez, the details to be all below. Yes, the word that describes that situation. Okay, well, 2 big kills come through. So not a good situation for GamerLegion. Snacks and Rez dispense with immediately. That was an attempt to get aggressive, a push out through dark, and a drop from the window. Both get punished immediately.
And that's actually one thing we didn't see BetBoom team do on that CT side, actually get aggressive and take the fight directly to GamerLegion. It almost feels a little bit desperate to call that if you're Snacks and Rez. That's a really fast play to make. As soon as you've got another investment, you save to get an ult in this round.
Absolutely broken going into, allowing 12 for BetBoom team. So just Hypex trying to save into it. Might just step back onto the line, and if they go contact, it's a flashbang to get the AWP involved. And then the strike comes through. Magna just steps into the scope. That saved AWP, finding an opening kill and keeping BetBoom team at bay.
I'm surprised they're still hanging around here. I guess they're holding just in case a rifle then goes looking for info a little bit later. But you don't need to do that if you're GamerLegion. They're going to slide back and retreat. So they're holding the space. They're only allowing BetBoom team to have as much space as they want them to. Flashbang forward. But PR has a look into A main, doesn't see anything. It's so mid-centric. It's a jump over to take the crosshair, and then Zorta is able to find his mark, not once, but twice. But Rez steps in with the Famus, and the spray feels great. Flamus then wants to trade. He'll be able to do that. So the bomb site has been conceded here by GamerLegion. This 2v2 retake has to have legs to it. Snacks arrives immediately. Has a look round the corner and doesn't see anything. Towson's making a lot of noise. He's just hoping to bait in his in-game leader. Just trying to get a little bit tricky in the smoke, but the flashbang isn't good enough, and Flamus is playing close. Towson can't really do anything now in this clutch. He's just been naded further forward. And now has to step into a reset, and Boomich has heard a lot of info. He'll say now to the rest of his squad, go immediately. There's players in mid, just be careful of camera, and I've heard them in canals. He's trying to cut them off at the pass, and it will work. In fact, Boomich kills everyone, and suddenly the feed lights up with BetBoom murdering these GamerLegion players. 4v2, Rez sits in the smoke, but now his surprise has to be incredibly effective. Magno is low, sure, so too is Boomich, but there's just too many players. But maybe he can still make it happen. Flamus, first up on the victim list, but look at the space that's been taken here by Magno. It might not matter. Instant headshot by Rez. Zorta locked in at the pillar. No utility to dislodge, but maybe the AK bullets can do it. And certainly, you know that Boomich is in towards A main. How do you dissect this if you're Rez? He creeps close. Zorta, he sees the shadow and the shoulder of players in top middle. Flamus thinks about getting involved on the angle. Boomich will now drop this HE as they start to scale, and it will do a little bit of damage. It's Zorta's headshot that gets rid of Rez, and the swing coming in from CT felt really good, but Towson and Hypex both step in. 4v3, big fight brewing in towards CT, and Towson goes alone. Bomb starts to be planted, but look at the swarm yet again out of BetBoom team. The swing is immediate, but the kills once again are being fought for valiantly by GamerLegion. Boomich and Flamus completely separated and disjointed, and Boomich gets removed. The stand-in will step up. Snacks will be destroyed, and suddenly PR and Hypex potentially victims to Flamus, but I love this. He's picked up the kit. Maybe he just sticks it. Maybe he just gives it a little go. It's the jiggle over. At least you got Flamus and Zorta in relatively close proximity to rotate over and help out. Flamus will be the one to drop the smoke in towards Connector, so Snacks is Molly. I was gonna say, will affect Flamus. I guess it does reposition him, and Snacks, is right behind Flamus. Flamus, has no idea. Snacks will catch him off guard. GamerLegion now start to push in towards this site. And whilst Magno trades, now he's got a Galil. He can spam, but Boomich's scout gets away with absolutely nothing.
This spam looks good, though. Magno just removes Rez, trying to plant that bomb. Now a little bit more uncomfortable in the spray again. And making this bomb plant so hard. He almost takes a second player down. Just perfect pre-aim, and that allows Siren to creep ever closer. And PR gets caught. Magno just...
We've an opportunity between managing both Ramp and Palace. He's hiding continuously, spots ahead. I think that information goes both ways. Flamus up over the top, just gets deleted by Rez, but Boomich's swing is good for a double. 3 versus 3. Bomb not yet planted and rotates yet again on the way. Really important fight here in CT, but there's no utility. And as a consequence, Magno can arrive. And you're right, Lucy. He is the danger. Snacks now walks through the smoke, tries to get rid of Zorta.
Both and again, so they kind of force into it. They're just going to rush A. All right, Boomich up to the plate once more. That nade is brilliant. So much damage done. Boomich getting run upon. PR can't overwhelm him. And then Flamus will step in, and Boomich does get run down. Flamus disengaged. Magno Jazz now arrives at the scene. And the chance of getting into the round probably diminishes with his appearance. Oh, there was
again.
I don't need it. Siren swung and stole one. Now Zorta's AWP will get an opportunity to find its mark. There we go. Nice kill comes through. Rez has been hitting some nice deagle shots. Don't know if we get a chance here, though. Zorta's not going to overextend. Magno Jazz called upon to move into short. It's an A1, sorry, picked up by Rez. And a boost up, enabling to go for a little search. Zorta's already long moved towards B. Kind of left A, which is surprising. Boomich comes back to cover window. I suppose they have Magno Jazz watching Connector and holding for this exact move. The headshot comes through, and then there's the follow-up. Zorta on the line, and quick shot into the switch just in case the second swing.
Now I was going to say he could potentially be in a position to shut down A. Instead, it's yet again going to force both Boomich and Flamus, and that smoke is well timed, but there's a massive gap in it.
Smokes that are being thrown towards Connector as well is causing Flamus's attention to be divided. No one looking at A right now. But GamerLegion haven't quite gone. Finally, they will. Extending out, Rez taking the lead, seeing nothing. Boomich gets the information. He'll be forced backwards. Now Flamus, maybe his chance to step in, walking around. Towson gets completely caught. Hypex with a fast trade. On tap. Not the commitment. A re-smoke lands down. Boomich. Oh, wow. What an angle he finds. Rez loses his head. Can't believe it.
Bomb has been planted.
Snacks will step in towards Connector. Bomb does go down. Magna Jez on the flank, moving all the way around towards ramp.
Oh, look at this. And they are. PR, gives it a glance. Magno's really going to take his time here. And PR will step back in, but loses his life to Magno. Bomb's already halfway ticked, so there is still time. A jump up, though, from Zorta will get rid of Hypex. And now Snacks has to try and do it all for his team. There's kits, there's a smoke on the bomb, and it's already...
Better for BetBoom team. Magno arrives. The Flammer starts to step closer too. Siren seeing this. The Molly doesn't go towards him. He lets the first cross and he swings only the one. But now Magno Jez, what? Not anticipating the right side swing. Thought it was going to be the scaling in towards site first, so he gets caught off guard. And even though it felt like he'd arrived in time, maybe not. They're not sticking around. Daughter moves forward. Smoke fades. Oh, wow. That have found the kill. I think that would have been the signal to go. Now they're just looking to contain. Timing, not so great. Oh, brilliant shots. Great spray transfer, moves Flammis. Boomage will step in.
There's no hope in this round for the CTs. And Rez will find an opener, but the trade out of Zorta very quick, and he can now communicate that he's just seen Snacks really close at Con.
Actually slightly favoring GamerLegion on Mirage. I guess the history a big part of that, but in this round, certainly favoring BetBoom team. Azote finds his second. Snacks got caught. Hypex and PR in a very difficult 2-on-4. Hypex going to move in towards ramp. Tell you what, BetBoom team do evacuate this bomb site so frequently to go looking for information elsewhere. They're happy to concede space. They know they've got all the advantage, even if this bomb goes down. So they're just sitting back. GamerLegion will be given the luxury if they want to take it. Molly will let CTs know. This is going to be the progression towards A. Because there's double setup in towards CT. Flashbang. No swing off it. Boomage was playing anti. Tap, swing, an easy kill.
It doesn't work. And now they're going to try and plug the gap in towards B. It worked last time, so why not? Why not try it this time? Because Magno is here alongside Flammus. Siren will get removed, but there's so many players responding immediately for the CTs. In fact, a third one rotates over. Boomage is always right where he needs to be.
Vitality and Stake are doing a giveaway of 5 custom Beast PCs, one for each of the members of Vitality. That's a giveaway you can enter on the Stake community forums. Details in the banner. There's still a threat in this round.
No win. They've got no idea he's here.
Oof. Yeah, there's that rifle dispensed of. And he's still got this triple layering on B. Yeah, good luck breaching this bomb site. Flammis might not even need the other 2 members. Siren contributing.
Boomish's name.
He's earned it, hasn't he? With this squad. No. Oh. Big chance on the res there. Huge damage. Oh, and then the slide out. The double up. Flammis and Magna Jez combining through the smoke. There's been barely any damage done back the other way until Rez finally answers, but it's Flammis again. It's suffocating. These riflers are just in your face constantly whenever you try and do anything. You want to try swinging this PR? Good luck, my friend. That bomb needs recovery.
Working out A. BetBoom team recognize that there are players in towards middle. They just crunch it together as a team. And then from there, GamerLegion yet again just have to try and force fights. And it doesn't work. Flammis is brilliant in that round. And the timing just feels really off. This one, the timing is immediate. Flammis will get rid of PR and he steps back into the angle. Rez and Hypex just get demolished. And it's that's just the domination. Really exemplified. PR's blocked the smoke and maybe tried to affect the molly, but BetBoom, I've taken this A bomb site. PR will pluck Siren out of the sky, but the bomb will be committed. In comes the fight towards CT, but Hypex will get rid of Zorta. 2-player advantage here. GamerLegion could get both pistols, but still could be down 7 rounds.
Boomage is in so much trouble. He's getting cheeky. The flash through. Oh, Boomage can't make it too. But I like the idea. Flamus and Magno, Jazz, do you want to go up against these two in the 2-on-4? Because they will make it quickly a 2-on-0. Rez and PR begin to tremble as they see who they're up against, scrambling to defuse.
Seen in a very long time. Look at this. It's going to be a round similar to what GamerLegion tried to bring out in round 12. But Rez will get rid of Boomich. They've got hoping that Palace player Siren can maybe activate or offer good timing. PR will get rid of Magno. There was a tag out of Zorta's scout in towards top mid, but it isn't fatal damage.
Siren might still be able to catch Snax here. Look at this timing. There's so many bodies here. PR's watching Siren too, and well, that kill does come through, and Siren's Tech 9. That's that frag, but yeah, there's that support network site. Again, 3 players present here. Shouldn't be too difficult to deal with these pistols. The majority Glocks. PR's angle, simple enough for his kills. Multi quiet there, and then Flamus finally does get that trade. Snax will step out, and okay, almost gets caught. And Siren gonna have to be ready for this. He spotted out one and removes, well, Snax, but yeah, didn't see the PR had scaled past. So it's a 1-for-1 in the Palace. Flamus looks to join up with Zorta and reclaim this space.
Nice smokes here being put forward by BetBoom team. Just the top corner and the window smoke make you feel a little bit paranoid about middle. And whilst the attention is split for Hypex and PR out towards Connector, BetBoom team are now going to re-walk through Palace, where the initial murder of Siren took place. Hypex will back out, but it's Rez that's got such a good opportunity here. Needs to be cleared in towards CT if Flamus didn't see him. But information definitely went the other way, but Flamus will still find the kill. Are you joking me? 10 seconds left. Expertly done yet again by BetBoom team. They look like such a well-drilled machine. And Zorta will get rid of Rez, and they've also seen PR over towards Ticket. Siren might look to make his move. 3 strong here for GamerLegion, at least on this A-bomb site.
Yeah, only one of them wielding a solid weapon, though. That's the AWP of Hypex. You got 2 5.7s otherwise, and they're going to get up close. Oh, Siren! He spotted PR, and he's seen Snax. Good damage, and Snax just desperately tries to charge up straight into Siren's waiting arms. It's a 1-for-1 from the AWP. Person will arrive in towards CT, a 1-on-4 to prevent series point.
Hypex jumps out the window. They just want to try and fight middle. It's going to be costly. Not once, but twice. Magno spray will double down, and BetBoom team on the verge of booking their spot for that rematch in the grand final here at State Ranked against G2.
Yeah, Magno a little sad about being in the shadow of Flamus in this second half. He wants his moment in the spotlight. It's going to be this reinforcement of B, at least momentarily. Dawson has a look in towards window. Flamus is in the area. You feel like if you're BetBoom team, you just need a group here. You should be completely favored with your weapons. They're going to go into an empty bomb site. Doesn't get much worse. A sinking feeling about to come into the pits of GamerLegion's stomach as this bomb will be planted momentarily. You can hear that utility landing on A. And they're going to have to scramble all the way from B without a kit, a single smoke, MP9s, and a 5.7. One of the more unlikely retakes you will ever see. They've got to go quickly, fast, in through CT, scaling with these pistols, looking to swing. Alcini ready for the trade. Flashbangs throw in the other direction. Snax has found the first kill, but he's traded out. Torsen finds one onto Flamus. Pushing forward, Siren Riz PR. His Boomage steps in for the final blow, and